So you have been out looking for homes for some time and you're just finding that there's not a lot of choices to choose from because we're in a low inventory market with still a higher demand of home buyers, and you can get very frustrated and just feel there's nothing out there for you. But there may come a time where you come across a home that's absolutely stunning inside and looks gorgeous, but I want you to be careful because this may be a flipped home. So in my video today, we're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of buying a flipped home and how you can identify if a home is flipped and if you should buy or not buy a flipped home. My name is Sherilyn Williams and I'm your local Chicagoland realtor, helping you build your dreams through real estate. And if you need any help with your real estate needs here in Chicagoland, please send me a direct message. I would love to connect with you and help you get into your new home. Also, if you could please press that like button and subscribe to my channel, not only to support me, but to help this information get out to more home buyers, I would greatly appreciate it. So first off, let's talk about what a flipped home means. A flipped home is when a real estate investor will go out and purchase a home, usually at a discount, and they will do repairs and renovations and fix that home up very nicely in order to sell that home for a higher price so that they can get a profit. And in some instances, buying a flipped home makes sense, and other times it does not. So let's first go over the advantages of buying a flipped home. Reason number one is that you get modern aesthetics and appliances. One of the main reasons why people buy a flipped home is because it's newly renovated. You get all the latest upgrades, appliances are new, and it can be very enticing to a new home buyer. But I want you to remember that even though a real estate investor may be passionate about the design and it looks like they did a good job, that real estate investor is trying to make money. This means that a flipped home is competitively priced and it's usually located in a very good location in a good real estate market because that real estate investor is trying to make a good return on their investment. The second advantage is that a flipped home is move-in and ready. You don't have to worry about coming in and updating the appliances or painting the walls or putting in new flooring. It's already been done for you. And a lot of times these homes look absolutely gorgeous and like there could not be anything wrong with the home. So that is an advantage to you because all you have to do is move into the home, unpack your belongings and furniture, and relax. The third reason is that there's no closing delays. When you buy a flipped home, a real estate investor usually does not live in a home that they are flipping, so you can move in immediately. You don't have to worry about a seller who may want to do a sale lease back because they need more time to move out of the house. And once you sign all the documentation at closing, you get the keys and you can move in right away. Now, there are some risks when buying a flipped home, so you want to be sure that you do your due diligence and research with your realtor before buying a flipped home, and here are some of the reasons. Reason number one is that the craftsmanship may not be that good. While the house may look brand new, there could be some underlying issues going on with that home. Sometimes a newer investor will try to save money and cost by doing the work themselves if they know how to do a little bit of work, and they may cut corners. Sometimes these investors are covering up old issues with cosmetic fixes, so be very careful. You want to make sure that that real estate investor used licensed contractors and that they did not use any unskilled contractors in order to save on cost as well. Another disadvantage is if that real estate investor did not have permits pulled. If they added on a new structure like an addition or a new bathroom, but they did not go to the county to get a permit, that house may not be up to code. And if an inspector comes by to inspect the home and that house is not up to code, guess who's going to be responsible for fixing it and getting it up to code? And that's going to be you. And sometimes that can cost in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So how can you identify if a home has been flipped? The first thing I want you to do is I want you to go on the county assessor's website for the town in which that home is located. And I want you to scroll down to the property tax or the information about the home. Now, if that home was purchased within the last year, more than likely that is a flipped home and you may want to do your due diligence or you may want to stay away from it entirely. The second thing I want you to look for on that county assessor's website is if that home was sold by an LLC or a company, and if they have other homes listed under their company, more than likely that is a flipped home. Examine the property thoroughly when you go on your tour. The two main places where you can tell if a home is flipped is in the kitchen and in the bathroom. Look at the fixtures and the tiles. You can really tell around those areas if there were corners cut. Also, you can speak to the neighbors when you're on a home tour to find out if they know any information. First off, when you go into a flipped home, don't be wowed by how the home looks. You really have to take your time and really examine that home thoroughly. Be wary of words like custom and luxury. Those are words that they use to try to entice you to come in the home, and it does look custom and luxury, but there's really some issues underlying in that home. Make a viewing checklist. When you go on your home tour, take your time. Have you a pen and paper and write down everything you see that doesn't look right. If you need to ask your realtor to add on more time for your showing appointment, ask your realtor to do so, because it's going to be important that you do your due diligence. And pay close attention to where a lot of flippers like to cut corners, and that's around windows and doors. So make sure you jot this down on your checklist. Ask your realtor to ask the listing agent for the home seller about the contractors. See if they will provide you with a list of the licensed contractors that they used for the home flip. And a seller that has nothing to hide would not mind giving you this information, because I want you to remember, if that seller was taken advantage of by an unskilled contractor, they will pass the consequences of their mistake on to you, which can be very costly to you. One thing that you should do is review the permits. You want to make sure that that home is up to code, because if an inspector comes out to the home and it's not up to code, it's going to fall on you, and you will have to fix that house and repair it so that it is up to code. Reviewing the permit can also let you know if there's any outstanding fees on the property. One of the most important things you can do is have a home inspector inspect the home if you decide to write an offer on it. The home inspector will check the HVAC, the plumbing, and the electrical to make sure that they are up to code and they are installed properly. Now, I had some clients a couple of years ago where we were putting in multiple offers on 3 different homes. We could not get our offers accepted. Then we finally came across the 4th home, which was absolutely beautiful inside, and it was a flipped home. It was a split level home that had all new finishes, and we were really feeling confident about the home and was thinking that the home was going to pass the home inspection with flying colors. But one thing that I kept in the back of my mind is that there weren't a lot of other offers on this home, even though it was priced correctly. So once we had the home inspection completed, we found out that there were so many issues with that home in regards to the foundation and the structure, and we decided to back out of that home. So that's why it's always important that you have a home inspection done. Now, some of you may be wondering, should I buy a flipped home or should I not? I would say that you can buy a flipped home, but just be very, very careful. Sometimes I would lean more towards not buying a flipped home, but there are some cases where some contractors do a really good job. So in the end, make sure that you and your realtor do your due diligence and you do your research before buying a flipped home. But really, the decision is up to you. Thank you for watching.